I would like to welcome our first speaker on stage, Ms. Priyanka Chaturvedi. She's the national spokesperson of the Indian National Congress from India, Mumbai. A big round of applause for Priyanka.
Calling on stage Mr. Arjun Munda, the ex-Chief Minister of Jharkhand. Not in the house. Beatrice Munuhe. Beatrice, do we have you with us? I know we have Carla. Right there. Carla in her beautiful red sari. Carla Horta coming from the Netherlands, the founder of Carla H Hair Studio. Welcome, Carla.
Next, I would like to invite Charu Kumar. She's an entrepreneur, speaker, an actor, travel blogger, and writer from India. Is Charu here? Next speaker is Dheera Khandelwal, Additional Chief Secretary of Government of Haryana Corporation Department from India. A big round of applause if he's here. You want to go next?
Jaleh, do we have you? Yes, we do. Welcome, Jaleh. We have with us Jaleh. She's a leading energy activator, works with powerhouse entrepreneurs coming from Portugal. Let's give her a warm round of applause.
She definitely must be a social media freak because she's got her live feed on right now, right over there. So we're live somewhere. Where are we live? Tell me where we're live.
Oh, we are live.
Where?
Oh, in Portugal. In Portugal.
Wonderful. This is exciting. Please have a seat. Fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Power to men for being the supporters. What do we have next? Our next speaker is Luzia Cristina Fernandez Palma. She's a journalist, blogger, poet, all the way from India. Portuguese. It says India on here. Is she here? Okay, we will wait for her.
Madhavi Shree. Madhavi. Marina. Neelanjana Singh. Phionah. We have Phionah in the house. Welcoming Phionah Musumba, the founder at Malkia Foundation, coming from Kenya. Do we have Sara Parise? So we'll be joined by the other speakers shortly, but in the meantime, let's begin this very exciting discussion this morning, and I'd like to invite Priyanka? Yes, let's do that. I'd like to call upon Priyanka to initiate this discussion. We made it a little bit exciting. Welcome, Priyanka.
Thank you so much. A very good morning to all of you and to all the empty chairs as well as of now. It's very rare that I speak so early in the morning and I start my story. I have been asked to talk about my own journey so far in politics. So there's one thing I have totally learned and understood. And this is a question I'm asked very often as to why I chose politics. Because those who are aware of how Indian political scenario works would totally understand a woman who comes from a totally non-political background, absolutely unattached to any family who is in politics, is either choosing her destiny to kill herself, in a sense, working hard and getting nothing out of it, are consciously making that choice to do that, or she is so clear in her belief that she isn't there to make the change that she seeks to change in the world. So I got into politics at a time when not many women, there are many women, of course, in politics, in Indian politics, but unfortunately we aren't extremely very representative. 500 million of this population, yet we do not have enough representation in terms of being in the parliament, in terms of policy making space, in terms of being heard beyond the roles that have been typecast for us. You would hear a woman when in power, her political party is in power, usually gets into roles which are, very slotted, bracketed for a woman. It's either women and child welfare ministry, or it would have something to do with information broadcasting. Very rarely you hear women getting finance, women getting into innovation, women giving charge of science and technology. So these are glass ceilings that we really need to break. And there was another ceiling that I encountered when I joined politics. And this was a question often thrown at me. Why would you want to give up your career, a career which was doing decently well? I was in the media before I joined politics, and I consciously chose to make that hard journey towards whatever I believe in. And I was very clear in my mind that the reason I have chosen this path, when we talk about nation building, there are many ways you can build a nation. You can build through being participative in the economic progress of the nation, which many women do. Many of you are here today who do that. Or you do it through being in the policy-making space, political space, where we can have policies that benefit not just a particular section, but all sections of the society. So when I was asked to speak here, I was wondering who would I quote, which are the famous, inspiring leaders I could quote. And then I realized that considering the journey is mine, considering that inspiration came from within, I need to speak from my heart and what I believe in. I think there were 4 steps in my journey which really changed where I stand today in front of you. I come from a family which did not believe in women going out and working. They felt that it was good that women get educated. Education was important for them to be self-reliant, but self-reliance only if it's needed, only if there's some compulsion. But not for women to usually study, become graduates, hold an MBA degree, get married into happy homes, handle the house, be a mother to 2 children, handle your in-laws, and lead a good life, the life which was envisioned for me when I was born. So when at 18, I was doing my college, I approached my father and I told him that considering that post my college hours, which were in the morning, I would want to work. He was very taken aback. So we are the first generation, my family is the first generation that moved out of Uttar Pradesh and came to a city like Mumbai. And he was aghast. And he asked me, is there anything that is lacking in your upbringing? I was like, no. Is there anything that we haven't provided for you? I was like, no. There's everything that you can possibly give me and more. I'm happy in my space. Then what makes you want to go out and work, put in so many hours of work, and get paid a little amount of money and feel happy about it? I was like, I tried to explain to my father that, and obviously the entire thing of what will people say about you wanting to go out and work because your older sisters haven't worked? And I couldn't convince him. I told him it was about my own personal growth, about satisfying my own self in the sense that I'm capable enough to earn whatever that piddly amount of money is by putting in some hours of work. He wasn't convinced. I approached my grandmother, she was uneducated. She hadn't been to school. And I told her, I said, Dadi, I really want to do this. She asked me, why do I want to do this? She wasn't convinced, but she wanted to know why I wanted to do this. I said, I want to do this because I believe that if I break that trend in this house, many people following after me and in the community that we live in would feel strong enough, empowered enough to contribute, to feel fulfilled, to make a choice, to have their voice. I want to be that. And something I think within her made her realize that what I was saying, I was very passionately speaking about it and I was very committed to it. And she approached my father and she said that if you do not bring that change, nothing else will. It's time you let her do what she wants to do. So that was the first turning point in my life. It was a part-time job where I started traveling on my own. I started working for X number of hours, feeling good about the salary I was earning, even if it was a little amount of money. And I saw the change even in my own house where my father, with immense pride, would go to 10 different people and say, do you know, while doing her college, she's also working. The second change came to me was when Mumbai terror attacks happened. So I was happily working, married, with 2 kids, happy in my own business space that I had created for myself, doing decently well, getting into ISB on a scholarship from Goldman Sachs. And I was extremely happy. I thought I've achieved quite a bit. And I'm sorry, have I taken too much time? 30 seconds. Just enough. Okay, so I'll make it like really quick. I'll just, we politicians end up talking just so much. So anyway, so 2611 was, I think, the defining point in my life where I moved from thinking of myself contributing economically to wanting to contribute socially to a social cause. And I got involved in social work where I educated children, street children. I brought them to schools. I ensured that they went into formal schools. And from then on, the third turning point in my life was when the Youth Congress tried to bring in new people into politics. And I think from that day onwards has been a journey which I'm still walking on. And I'm very sure, committed to, and would want to be the change that I keep saying that I want to see in India too. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I wish I knew I had just 4 minutes. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Priyanka. It's really nice to see women leader being part of, a National Congress party. So very empowering. Thank you for being with us this morning. A big round of applause for Priyanka. Now I have a very young new speaker that's just joined us. Her name is Chereese Ricketts. Her company, she's the founder of Emotions Jamaica. She will tell us more about her company when she speaks. Are you coming from Mexico? From Jamaica? You're coming from Jamaica. A big round of applause for Chereese. I also want to mention that we have a very iconic woman sitting in the audience with us who will be joining us. She will not be speaking today. She has spoken previously, but she wanted to join us and actually sit on the panel this morning. Her name is Yasmina Azhari. She's a businesswoman from Syria. She's been awarded by Forbes 3 times as one of the best women in business. So a big round of applause and thank you for joining us.
Also welcoming Madhavi Shree, a journalist, blogger, and poet from India. In the same breath, I'd call on stage Marina, coming from Cyprus. She's the head department of civil and environmental engineering. A lot of technical words stuffed together very quickly. Welcome, Madhavi. My absolute pleasure to call to speak with us next, Carla Horta.
Let's hear from Carla. It's a beautiful story.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and thank you for being here.
We can't hear you. You just have to come a little bit closer. Try it.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and thank you for being here. Good morning, India, and good morning, world. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Abin Arora for allowing me to be here. I like to say in a very short that I'm original from Angola, And as a refugee, I end up in Portugal, and I represent today the Netherlands. It is my 15th country where I live and I work. I have my own business in the Netherlands, a hair salon with 93 clients from different nationalities. Sorry, my mistake. Believe is this session, and I am a proof of that. Once I was a refugee, I eat from the floor and from the streets. But I always, never, ever, I lost my decency as a human being. I am here. So my message to you is follow your dream and believe in yourself. Respect yourself. That is my message to you. I do not have much more time, but I like to tell you that each one of you is responsible for your own future and your own success. I dedicated my success to the people who never believed in me. Thank you very much. Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I definitely agree with you. Our next speaker is Jaleh Zandieh. She's a leading energy activators work with powerhouse entrepreneur from Portugal. Come on up. Welcome.
Good morning. Wow, I'm so honored and grateful to be here. This is my first time to India. It actually really fills my heart to know that we can be at home when we're away from our home address. And we can meet family members and feel so close and connected to people after just 2 days of having the most sincere, heartfelt connections. And so I first just wanted to say thank you for having me, and thank you for embracing me to help me feel totally at home, and have found another place where I can feel a sense of connection and belonging. I feel like I'm speaking to a room full of people who are not afraid to go outside of their comfort zone. Just by sitting in these chairs and sitting among each other as friends and as brothers and sisters, supporting each other, I feel like we're doing something that the whole world needs more of. And I feel like this is a symbol of it. Just by sitting next to each other, just by encouraging each other, especially in moments when we're going outside of our comfort zone. And I remember the first time I really did something scary when I was 14 years old. I was absolutely not feeling confident. I was feeling very uncomfortable in my own skin. I was questioning if I belonged or if I was good enough. And a very, very dear friend whose birthday was yesterday, it's the anniversary of his passing, and it was very beautiful to be here remembering something that he told me when I was 14. And he said, Jaleh, you know that all you have to do is connect to your heartbeat. And wherever you are, you're at home. And wherever you are, you're good enough. And wherever you are, you're going to meet kindness because you offer kindness. And it will be reflected back to you in all types of ways. And the way that he helped me connect back to my heartbeat was through music and finding my own rhythm. Because when we're feeling awkward, we might be trying to follow someone else's pace. And we may lose our spark, that unique spark that helps us make our unique mark. And we don't have to do anything the way anyone else does it, but we can be in harmony with each other. Just like musical instruments, right? There are lots of musical instruments, and when they're all in the same key and they're all in tune with themselves first, then they can be in tune with others. And we can actually make really beautiful music together, and we can sustain our spark. You can sustain your beautiful spark and make your mark on the world in your own unique, precious way. And tuning into your heartbeat is one of the fastest ways that you can do that. And I'm honored and privileged and so grateful to be among sisters and brothers and continue my work where I can help encourage and help accompany powerhouses to keep their spark so that we all get to make our mark, following our own internal rhythm so we can sustain it. So many blessings and so much love to each of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us, Jaleh, all the way from Portugal this morning, and welcome to India. I hope you get to explore lots of it and hear really great things, and you can take it home with you. Our next speaker is Chereese Ricketts. She is all the way from Jamaica. I'll invite her to come up onto stage and say a few things. No, you can come up first. A big round of applause for her. Welcome.
Oh, sure. I think I would prefer to use this one. Is it working? Okay, cool. Because I like to move around. Good morning, India. Good morning, Women Economic Forum. My name is Chereese Ricketts. I'm a past Miss Jamaica. I am a designer by trade. I'm a spoken word poet. And I'm also the founder of Emotion Jamaica, which is an organization that seeks to connect physical activity to mental health, breaking the stigma that mental health at least has in our country. I don't know if it has a stigma here, and I'm sure it has a stigma worldwide, encouraging people to be really in tune with themselves. Emotion was definitely born out of my personal experience with depression and learning to work through it by being committed to therapy, dance therapy, movement, moving my body. One of the things that I recognized is that the best way to impact people is through being totally honest with yourself. And so the reason I chose to be a part of this theme, driving the future through personal example and self-belief, is because I've noticed that in my own life. When I'm trying to dictate over people's lives, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't work. But when I really take the energy and focus on building who I am, people are inspired by what I produce, and then they are transformed. I want to take my few minutes to share a spoken word piece that I wrote for myself, which inspires me every day, and I use it as a little mantra. But I found that in writing this piece to myself, other people have also found inspiration, and I hope that you find inspiration as well. This piece reminds us to truly take control of our reality by speaking truth over our lives. There's a little bit of Jamaican dialect in it, so I hope you understand most of it. I think you might get the gist, but whatever you don't understand, you can ask me afterwards, okay? This piece is called Speak. Speak, because there is power to your word. But don't just speak to be heard. Herd your thoughts like sheep into your identity pen. Pen your words so that you do not forget them. Ink, think, process, profess. Fess up the truth about yourself, to yourself, for yourself. Stop winding whiny excuses around your future's throat. Throw out every thought that riddles you with doubt. Speak life, because it is death to withdraw with locked jaw and say, no words nah leave ya. You face tension like you have 10 son, cause him run away every time him get some, and you say it's palm me cause me no learn. Fire hot but hotter for bun like wine gimme. And still you call him Fimi, like saying a know him a fishy. No, speak. Because to not speak is to not fight. To not fight the silence that bites at your rare heart like a devil cutting into a cow's rare part. This is how he keeps you in captivity. With truthless knives, he slices carefully, precisely into your heart identity, chomping on this rare delicacy. And for you not to speak is like kissing him. pretending that you don't taste the blood that's running through his teeth. So speak. With courageous words, your heart you must regard, lest you fall deeper, and regard less the things that you esteem. Use your words to massacre his regime, the devil me mean, cause no human could so mean. No man could be so green like the vex in my heart when I pre the scene, because it is madness for you to withdraw with lockjaw and say no words, nah leave you, because all the talk I talk, another walk I walk, so I vex with myself, cause me and my own a fault, and me and my own a fall. Domino. Da. Me know. All will follow back on me and my responsibility, but I have no more to give. No more fight in me, just fright in me. Fright inside in me, cause inside the enemy, killing him teeth to see me knock off my feet, and you're not doing a thing about it? No. Speak. Do not withdraw, or anger and fear will breed ya, scattering seeds wide like weed, strangling hope till she dead and a bleed, but hope is what you need. And as she drifts in and out of consciousness, the question will come, have I reached the end? You will hope this thought's a lie, but you'll fear it may be true, because you'll fear that hope may die at the hand of your fear. But hope won't die. It's just your voice she needs to hear. So speak to the hope that exists, that waits for you to call her close. Speak to the light that is greater than the darkness that wants to guide you home. Speak to that faint reminder that breezes across your mind. I mind mine, and you are mine. Speak light. Speak life. Speak truth when it's just you and your soul up at night. Speak. Do not withdraw. Speak and prepare to fight the good fight. I'm Chereese Vonne. Thank you so much.
Wow, we're very, very moved right now. Speak light, speak life. Thank you, Chereese, for sharing with us your unending talent and a beautiful range of emotions. Can I call Madhavi, Shree to speak with us? A journalist, blogger, and poet from India. Welcome, Madhavi.
A very good evening, a very good morning to all the beautiful ladies. See what the magic you've done to me. I started saying evening in the morning. I would like to say self-belief. From the very beginning, for a woman, it's very difficult to start believing in herself, because society make her to believe in the family, to believe in the religion, believe in the nation where you are born. Unlike men, women are taught from the very beginning to believe in the house rather than on herself. It's later part of her life, she started believing in herself. That's why she started believing in taking decision for herself. Many of you must have thought, I have walked from there with my purse. Why? So I would like to tell, I have written a novel which speaks about the life of the three women. This is my novel, and it is speaking about the life of the three women who are 60 plus and who believe that life starts after 60 plus for them. Usually we think women's life end at the age of 60s. So I would like to say a lot of thanks to this dear friend of mine who has told us what is the importance of speaking in our life. Even writing a book is also speaking for yourself. When I was a young growing girl, as Manisha also shared her life, it's so difficult to stand for oneself, to say that, okay, I also want to earn. In a middle class family, when your family thinks you are not supposed to earning member, it will bring a disgrace to the house. Had it been the decision of the boy, they appreciate it, they rejoice it. Okay, now my son is taking care of the family. But if a woman decide, I want to do something for myself, I want to earn something for myself, then family thinks, are we not providing her? I also decided in early part of my life, okay, I will do some tuition and finance my study. And I was debarred from doing that. I wanted to be a chartered accountant. I really pushed my mother to allow me to go for this study. Unfortunately, I lost her while doing my CA, and losing her made me start writing. And that's how I become journalist, because I started move toward the creative writing, and there I got the prize for the 3 years. And fortunately, it was a journalist who has come to give me the award. And successively seeing me for the 3 years, having the background of commerce, they asked me to take the interview of a chartered accountant lady. And that's how my life or my journey toward the journalism started. You know, for women, it's always luck by chance. It's not by, thinking and deciding and reaching out to there. And coming to the Delhi is also is like a luck by chance for me. One day I discussed my father. I actually am born and brought up in Calcutta. So I feel media is not as wonderful, as glamorous, as wide as it is in Delhi. So I shared my decision with him. He obviously don't wanted me to come to Delhi. He wanted me to be settled down in the life, as all Indian fathers wanted. But I decided one day to come to Delhi, and I took the decision all alone. And now I thanks myself, okay, I took the decision. I came over here. I've been in Delhi for the last 10 years, won 4 awards in media for my gender-sensitive write-up. This would not have been possible had that day I would not have dared to be what I am. Okay, I am running out of my time. So before I will move from here, I will just say it takes a lot of time for a woman to take decision and move out of the houses, but many women have started doing that, and now society don't look at it as something very ugly. Later your family also accept you. And recently I have designed a gender sensitive t-shirt. I use the fashion to reach out to the young kids to program their mind, because I feel it's a mutual respect and lack of equality, lack of trust, which are the reason of the crime in our day-to-day life. So I would like to just share my t-shirt with you. And okay. This is just talking about mutual respect, trust, and equality, which I think we lack in our life, and that is the reason of all the crime. Coincidentally, I covered crime for the 8 years back in Calcutta, and always the root cause of any crime toward the women, either it's rape or it's throwing acid on her, it's a lack of mutual trust and respect and equality. So I'm just using this fashion to reach out to them. And as Manisha yesterday also shared her view, how she has been hacked for being women, and we all women share these sort of things in day-to-day life. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you and pour out my heart in front of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madhavi. I think it's very important as a journalist. You know, it's a big responsibility you have to make sure that you are, as a person, making a difference. And you've shown us so many different ways that you're reaching out to the community. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing your T-shirt with us as well. Hopefully we can have more people wear it throughout the next few days. I have our next speaker, Marina Neophytou. She is from Cyprus. She's the head department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. A big round of applause for Marina. Hi, Marina. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. For those that we may have not met before, I'm Marina Neophytou. I'm an associate professor in the University of Cyprus, leading the Environmental Fluid Mechanics Laboratory. We've just finished half an hour ago a session in next door room on self-empowerment, sharing our stories of how our losses in life became eventually, instead of a point of vulnerability, a point of our strength in our life. And I have to confess that I still feel quite moved and emotional for what we have shared with people and between us. I will be short in this presentation, in this talk. What I want to share really with you, if there is one thing I want to share, is about discovering your passion, dream, and don't fear to become yourself. I lost my mother when I was 14 years old. I have two younger brothers. I had a father who quitted his job, and he was planning to start a job with my mother that we had lost at that time. And I was left in a situation where there was not much horizon for me and not much space. My passion and kept dreaming, never gave up, brought me to Cambridge University when I was 18. And from there, step by step, I stayed there for 15 years, visited a lot of places, but that was the turning point for me and brought me where I am here. What I wanted to share really is just don't be afraid to dream, to become who you are, and really follow your passion. Life begins when you challenge your comfort zone and you become yourself. Thank you, and go for it. Bye.
Thank you so much, Marina, for sharing with us your very authentic and very inspiring journey. And with that note, I'd like to call our last speaker for the morning, Phionah Musumba, the founder at Malkia Foundation, coming from Kenya. Welcome.
I want to say thank you so much for being here. And it's an honor for me to speak to a forum like this one. I was asked to talk about why I do what I do. I do what I do for so many reasons. I'm the founder of Malkia Foundation. At Malkia, we empower girls with educational opportunities and women with skills for enterprise development for sustainability. Why do I do what I do? I've been there, I've done that, I've seen it all. I'm fighting poverty because I was born from a very poor family, and I'm fighting to give girls an education because I dropped out of school because of poverty. I'm also fighting to have mothers have good health care and children because I lost a son because I couldn't afford medication for him, so I had to watch him die because I couldn't take him to hospital. I'm doing what I do because I was a child bride myself. I dropped out of school when I was 17, so I got married at that time. So I try to keep girls from getting married young because I know what it means to get married young. And when I was getting married at 17, after having dropped out of school, I was in the 11th grade at the time with no money and no future. So I told myself, okay, I'm a very bright girl, but because I can't go to school because my mom doesn't have even a chicken to sell to take me to school. So there were 3 options for me to take. Either work as a barmaid, be a house girl, or get married. So because I didn't have a boyfriend at that time, I told myself if I happen to see anybody who wants to marry me, then that's what I'll do. So I got married to my first boyfriend, who is still my husband right now, and I was only 17. In 5 years, we had so many problems. There was no food. There was a time when we were homeless. So what I had to do was that I realized that I had to do something. So in that 5 years, I was a mother of 2 very beautiful daughters who needed to be fed, clothed, and have their other basic needs met. So what I did was I went out looking for a job, but I realized I couldn't get a job because I didn't have the education required to get the job. So I told myself that I'll borrow some money to start a business. I borrowed some $20 from my brother-in-law and started an onion business. So it was during this time that I realized I'm not cut out to be a businesswoman because I lost the business in 2 weeks. So as I was trekking from the market, going home to talk to my husband about why I didn't have a business, I decided that I really needed to go back to school. Long story short, 5 years later, I registered as a private candidate, sat my high school exams, and then when the results came, I had passed. The problem was that when I passed, I realized that when you test something, you want more of it. So I yearned for a college education. I got someone in Austria who paid for my college education for a diploma in mass communication. When I got the diploma, I realized that the job market is tough. You can't get a job there were 3 ways to get a job in the media industry in Kenya. That's still the case right now. You have to sleep with the boss. I couldn't compromise my morality. You had to buy the job. I was too poor to afford it. And you had to know somebody at the top. I was nobody, so I didn't know anybody at the top. So long story short, I told myself I'll never be employed. And then I learned the printing business by just observation. And then that's what I do. I've taken girls to school through working with my hands. And I hope everybody can do something towards that end. You don't have to save them all, but trust me, the one life you touch is enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Phionah, for being so open and so personal with us. It is so important for us to see, where you've come from and what leadership roles you took to be here today. So very, very proud of you. A big round of applause. Now I'll take the time to invite Yasmina Azhari. She is a businesswoman from Syria, and she's also been awarded 3 times by Forbes for Best Woman in Business. So you want to hear from this lady, and she wants to hear some claps. So let's welcome her. Yes, Harbin would like to speak. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. I was not prepared to speak. Good morning. My name is Yasmina Azhari. I am a businesswoman from Syria. I was raised in Syria. My mother is from Serbia. My father is from Syria. I was a well-known businesswoman in Syria because we were Maersk ship agents in Syria. It was a family business. Then I moved to retail. I went to Damascus rural area and I rented as a big investment a big mall with 3 supermarkets. I signed the contract at the beginning of March 2011, and on the 15th, the civil war started in Syria. So I lost almost everything, and I already had entered into a very big loan from a bank. After a few months, I was threatened to be kidnapped. So during the night, I had to run away together with my 2 children. They were already 25 and 21. We had to leave the country, and we went to Dubai. Dubai was the best place for me to go as a businesswoman. As I was introduced, I was nominated by Forbes Economic Magazine among the 50 strongest businesswomen in the Arab world for 3 times. Thank you. Thank you. I was awarded by Her Majesty the Queen of the Netherlands as a knight. So I am ranked in the Netherlands, I am decorated and awarded as a knight because I am acting as the honorary consul of the Netherlands in Syria since 1999. And I'm still acting as the honorary consul of the Netherlands. So Her Majesty the Queen decorated me during 2006 because I was very active in moving the Lebanese Dutch people during the Lebanese war into Syria and then sending them to the Netherlands. I was awarded by Ernst & Young during 2011, and I was nominated as the best business person in Syria. We were 100 competitors. Thank you. We were 100 competitors. We were 8 females, and believe me, we had sharks of businessmen in Syria by that time. And I was choosing as the best. You know why? Because I was very active in the civil society. I was heading a lot of businesswomen committees. I was the head of businesswomen committee in Latakia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I was almost always the first to enter a new domain in Syria. So I was the first female to become a honorary consul, even the Arab region, and working in all these men's domains. What I wanted to tell you that when I went to Dubai, I went to a place, I felt uprooted. I didn't want to go it was not my choice, I was forced to leave the country. And I spent 2 years crying, falling down, going to the hospital, coming back. I didn't know what to do. I am active in shipping. I could not do any shipping business. I knew how to do retail. I couldn't do any retail because in each tower and in each building in Dubai, you have 3 supermarkets. So I was coming in the middle of nowhere, not knowing what to do. Then an angel came to my life. She is now my dear partner, Dr. Aisha Sayar. She will be awarded during this event as well. And we decided to establish a new company together. She is an old dear friend of mine. And we established a new company. We are acting as commercial brokers. Because I saw that I ran out of money. I had to sell everything I had in Syria just to settle the loan that I entered in for the big investment. I had big dreams. And I found myself stuck in Dubai. So what I want always to say, we should never lose our dreams. We should always fight to arrive where we are looking to be. It's not easy, but we can achieve it. Thank you. Thank you. I always like to conclude my speech by very nice, maybe most of you know it. It's a nice short story. 5 frogs were sitting on a lake. 4 decided to jump into the water. How many were left? Everybody will say 1, but the truth is that 5 stayed up because they decided, but they didn't jump, they didn't take action. So whenever you decide, just jump. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your really powerful journey with us. And I've been hearing more stories from Harbeen about you. So I really hope we get a chance to know more little snippets and anecdotes of your life and be inspired. Thank you so much. I just want to mention that with the 9 speakers we have here, we have 8 countries. So this is epitome of diversity we're celebrating. Thank you. It's been a really enriching discussion, and with that, we have with us Dr. Harbeen Arora. I would like to invite you, ma'am, as well to give away the award.
I'd like to invite Yasmina Azari. She is, of course, you heard from her. She's celebrated, she's feted by the Forbes everywhere. But as I say, above all, she's such an inspiring sister. She was with us when we did the event in The Hague. She was with us when we did the event in London, and she had a broken toe then, which is not healed, and she has followed me to India with the broken toe. This woman doesn't stop. She's unstoppable, and she's such a source of inspiration for me. She was, top of the tops in Syria. She told you her story. She had to run overnight and suddenly finds herself in Dubai. You know how it is, start from a scratch, like I was telling her, hero to zero. It's very beautiful, but it's very demanding, right? You have to reinvent yourself overnight again. And she's back with a bang, as if nothing happened. She's got a job to do. I remember in London, we used to be all having lunch, because in the lunch break, but the event was in a theater, and the Wi-Fi signal was not reaching inside the theater. So she's very conscientious. She wanted to attend all the sessions. She wanted to be there for her friends. She wanted to listen, learn all the time. And she said, I have to do my emails because I've got a business to run back at home. So she would use the lunchtime to walk back to the hotel, which was like 10 minutes away from the venue, because the Wi-Fi and everything, her laptop and all was set over there. She would go back, do her emails, miss her lunch, come back into the sessions back again. So when we want to deconstruct the mind and the spirit of a success, of an unstoppable success, I can think of no one better than Yasmina Azari.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I feel so flattered. Thank you.
It's my absolute privilege to invite Yasmina on stage with me to present the awards to today's awardees. She's our Women of the Decade awardee, feted in the Netherlands, where she's of which she's also an honorary consul in Syria.
Thank you so much.
Yasmina, please join us.
Our first awardee for this morning is Priyanka Chaturvedi. Priyanka, please step up and accept your honor as the iconic woman creating a better world for all. Thank you. Our next awardee is Carla Horta. Don't be so surprised, Carla. Congratulations.
First of all, thank you so much. It's a great honor. And I'm really shocked and surprised. Thank you. Everybody's asking me, why do I wear a sari? That I know of it, respect up to now, and I hope forever, as long as a human being exists, we don't pay tax for it. So I am in India, and in India, women, they wear a sari. This is to show my respect to the women of India, to show my respect for Mother India. And for the gentlemen, all of them, they wear a mustache and they do this. That's a little bit funny. So I just want to say thank you so much, India, for having me here, and Dr. Abhi Arora. Once again, thank you very kindly, deep from my heart. You are an angel, and you are an inspiration to the women and to the earth. Thank you.
I have to return those compliments because they come from Carla's heart for me, and they come from my heart for Carla. So when we held the event in the Netherlands, she was the spinal cord of the whole thing. I didn't see her at all in the session because she was backstage. She was heating up the food. She was making sure everybody entered, got their delegate badges, and all on her stilettos. Never once forgetting that she's a woman who's awesome. Thank you, Carla.
The next awardee goes to Jaleh Zandieh from Portugal. Many, many congratulations to you, Jaleh. Calling on Madhavi Shree to accept the honor. The next awardee is Marina Neophytou from Cyprus. That's a part of the script. Phionah Musumba. Congratulations. You are an iconic woman creating a better world for all. We'd like to award Chereese Ricketts for the outstanding body of work she is engaged in. Ladies, do step up for a group photograph, please. One of the most colorful panels we're going to see today, I'm sure.